Hello everyone, this is the second episode of the YouTube cookery show, and today I'm planning to make mother based gravy, a recipe that I learned from my friend Anisa Arif. And this is called mother based gravy because mothers always take care of their children, whatever the need or whatever it is. So with this mother based gravy you can make 6 other gravies with this base alone. And as mothers and working women or not working women or whatever it is, we all tend to actually love to take shortcuts and make exotic recipes. So this is one such recipe. You get the mother based gravy ready and you can make 6 gravies out of this one base. So shall we start with the recipe? I've just heated the pan and I'm pouring sunflower oil. You could use any oil actually, it's up to you. And make sure you use lot of oil because the gravy needs to actually cook in the oil, and that's how it gets preserved as well for quite some time when you freeze it. So once the oil is heated up, you just have to add the whole spices, that's cinnamon, cardamom and cloves, just a few, and once they crackle we have to brown the onions. Usually I do this in a very large pan, a huge one, and I actually have kind of 20 to 25 packets in the freezer, and I just take it whenever I want to, and I actually store these up to for 3 to 4 months, and it keeps really good. The onions are really brown, nice golden. Now we just have to add the ginger and garlic paste. You actually have to saute this to nice and crisp, otherwise you get a real bitter taste because of the raw smell of the ginger and garlic paste. This gravy actually is really a boon for working people, where you have working couples and they repeatedly take the same food to work or send it over for kids to school as well. You just have to have this gravy ready, and every day with the same base you can actually make 6 different gravies a week and pack it off. And this gravy, all the 6 gravies go really good with rotis, chapatis, pulavs, rice, anything. So this is actually a real good boon for everyone. The ginger and garlic paste is really crisp and I can get the smell. It's raining outside and the smell is really just taking my breath away. So I'm just adding the cashew and melon seed paste. Once you add this, you have to lower the heat, as it tends to get stuck to the bottom. So I'm just lowering the heat, and make sure the gravy does not stick to the bottom as well. I'm adding the tomato paste as well, and you just have to cook the tomato paste really well. The tomatoes are cooked. I'm just going to add all the spice powders. This is turmeric powder, red chili powder, coriander powder, and cumin powder. I'm adding salt as well. Just have to mix everything well and just keep sauteing just for a few minutes. I'm just adding little water, as the gravy is like really very thick. Very little would do, not too much. As this is the mother based gravy, we have to have this thick. I'm adding red food color. This is optional. If you don't want, you can avoid it. And some kasuri methi, dried leaves. In case you don't have melon seeds, you could always substitute it with almond seeds. That's not going to be a problem. And this is cardamom powder. And that's it. The mother base gravy is ready actually. All you have to do is just cool this completely and much gravy you need for a day or for a meal, and you just have to deep freeze it and just thaw the deep freezed gravies, and you can prepare 6 gravies out of this mother base gravy. The 6 gravies I will be showing it now as well. So first, with the mother base gravy, I'm going to do the butter masala gravy. I'm actually doing it with some vegetables over here. I've just boiled it with salt, nothing else. That's it. Mixed vegetables, 2 cups with just salt and water. So I'm just going to make this in very small quantities. I'm just taking a spoonful of the mother base gravy and I'm adding it to a wok over here. And you have to add actually 2 cups of water to this, but I have vegetable stock, so I'm just going to use that. So I'm just pouring some vegetable stock into this, and I'm just diluting this into the gravy. I'm just switching on the gas as well. I'm just adding a teaspoon of tomato sauce. Not much, but just very little bit, just a teaspoon, not more than that. And this is actually butter chicken masala. This is Anisa Arif's Zaika spice powder. You could use that, it's very good and aromatic, or you could opt for any other masalas as well. And this is garam masala powder. I'm just using very little. Just mix it up well. And be careful when you're adding salt, as we already have added salt to the mother base gravy. I'm adding a little bit of kasuri methi, just a little bit more, and a few vegetables as well. You could do the same with chicken, paneer, or boiled eggs, or anything as such. It's up to your liking. This is just a vegetarian version that I'm showing you all. I'm adding butter, and that's cream. And that's it. The butter masala gravy is ready. All you have to do is just taste it and serve it. That's it. So now we're going to make Hyderabad gravy with the mother base gravy that you all saw previously in Sauté Fry and Bake's YouTube channel. And for this, all we have to do is actually first we'll have to heat some ghee. We're just going to add a whole green dry red chili to the heated ghee and a little bit of mustard seeds, some fennel seeds, whole, and some cumin seeds. And once this crackles, we can carry ahead. It has started crackling and the aroma is coming out, and now actually you can add the vegetables and just saute it so that it gets infused with the tadka that we've done here. And I'm adding just 1 tablespoon of the mother base gravy. I'm just adding very little bit of tomato ketchup, so a little bit of cumin powder, pepper powder, and a little bit of water as well. The gravy is done, Hyderabad gravy is done. You could add sliced garlic to the gravy, but many people don't like it, so I've just opted not to use it today. And just check seasoning and add a bit of salt, and the gravy is done. And before you take it out of heat, just add another small teaspoon of ghee, and it's done. That's it. This is the 3rd gravy that we are going to do with the mother base gravy of Sauté Fry and Bake's YouTube channel. This gravy is called tikka masala gravy. It's usually done with chicken tikka pieces, but here I'm using just boiled vegetables instead. You have to heat oil, just a little bit, not much. And just saute 2 teaspoons of garlic, and it has to get to a light golden brown color. The garlics are brown. I'm just going to add about 2 tablespoons of the mother base gravy and just dilute it with very little water. I'm adding some tomato sauce here, very little, not much. It's come to a boil. I'm adding some cardamom powder here. This is around 3 to 4 cardamoms. Some rose water, just a tiny bit for some good smell. I'm just adding a very little bit of salt. And you could actually do another variation with the same gravy. So I'll just divide this into 2 portions and I'll show you the other version as well. The same gravy can be done in another variation. So I'm just showing you the same as well now. So I'm just taking out some gravy over here for the first tikka masala gravy. I have some grated eggs over here and I'm just going to garnish this with the grated egg. And that's it, and it's ready to be served. To the same tikka masala gravy, I'm just adding a little bit more water just to dilute it a bit. And I'm adding tandoori chicken masala, just a little bit actually, because it's already aromatic and very tasty. You just have to bring this to boil. It's come to a boil. I'm just adding sliced capsicums here. You could use any colored ones. I'm just using red and yellow here. So just add it to the gravy and just bring it to boil for around 2 to 3 minutes, and this is done. This you can have it as a gravy or as a side dish. It's really tasty and yummy. That's it. This is the variation that you could do with the Hyderabad gravy. So I'm just heating a little bit of oil here. I just saute very little onions, sliced onions. It just has to get translucent. I'm adding green chilies, just 1 slit into 4. And this is the Hyderabad gravy that we made previously. So I'm just adding a little bit of the Hyderabad gravy to this. And we are done. That's it. This is the variation with the Hyderabad gravy. Actually, it's up to you. You could create many more gravies as such with karahi masala powder, daba masala powder, or any powder that you use, or even the regular curry masala powders or sambar powder that you have at home. It's just that you have to be more creative and innovative with playing around with this gravy. And that's it. So happy cooking and eating, and a sure try in all the kitchens. And all the best from Sauté Fry and Bake.